You're now tuned into the sounds of Big Nate Sports Talk. It's on all the time, anytime.
Tuned in to Big Nate Sports Talk, the show that is on all the time, anytime. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the next big thing, the latest up-and-coming sports journalist, your host, Nathan Snell.
Gosh, I am muted. I am so sorry. I sat there and talked and didn't realize. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Happy Wednesday. Hope you're all doing well. I hope the day was good for you. The hump day, it's Wednesday. Week's almost August is almost over. Then we're in September, October. We know it's Thanksgiving and Christmas, and then 2024 will be here. This is episode 10 of season 16 of Big Nate Sports Talk podcast. And in this episode, we are recapping the Washington Commanders versus the Cincinnati Bengals final preseason game. Before we get into that, I know there's a few things I want to say up front. I apologize if the episodes were released a little late. It completely just had other things to take care of. So I apologize those episodes being out late. You should start seeing some WNBA content uploaded on the channel. I'm going to take it as I'm going to get it uploaded as best I can. I'm trying to get caught up. I'm behind on getting a lot of the pregame, postgame media out to you guys. So I'm going to have all that up. My goal is to have it up really before. I'm just going to do it a little bit at a time. So be patient with me. Season 15, all the episodes are downloaded and they'll be uploaded as soon as possible once it starts season 16. In this episode, I know as of yesterday, the preseason already occurred. For the cuts. And I just didn't have the opportunity to make a video about it. So I felt like it was a good opportunity to talk about it now. Episodes 12 and 13, we'll talk about my reaction to 53-man roster. So be tuned in for that. So let's just really get into the game. The Washington Commanders finish 3-0 in their finale preseason win 21-19 over the Cincinnati Bengals. Last time that happened was 2013. For me, I thought Jake Fromm, I'll start off on the offensive side of the ball. Jake Fromm, I thought played a good game. I think he had a great preseason. To me, he was the number 30 cut quarterback behind Brissett and Sam Howell. For the most part, again, he was going up against backups and third, fourth, fifth stringers. I think he looked, in my personal opinion, just like Sam. He looks so comfortable in the pocket. I think he's made a case. I thought he would make a case to make the team. I'd like to see him on the practice squad, but we'll see. The offensive line. still has some kinks to work out there. I mean, they've having guys experiment with that line. And this last 3 preseason games with, I'm sure it's had that coaching staff really thinking. I mean, Sean Spencer, Will Kramer would tell you, even shout out to them. They had watched Football Weekly early. They would tell you who's safe, who's not safe, particularly on the offensive line. I mean, I do think that there needs to be an upgrade there, but we'll talk about that in the 53-man roster reaction. The wide receivers, Kazmir Allen, I felt as though that was the final straw. Coming off a good game against Baltimore, don't know where it went. I mean, he dropped 2 passes, and then he muffled a punt with inside the 10-yard line. And I just felt like it just poof. I
can't defend that. What do you want me to say to that?
That hurt him for sure. Tinsley, he played really well. I know he had a touchdown. Dax Milliner, he did have a drop. Anybody had a catch in the first quarter. I mean, Dak, you can put him really much anywhere. He can play multiple spots. He's a punt returner, even a kick returner. And for me, I really thought for the most part, the receivers did well. Chris Rodriguez is the third running back behind Antonio Gibson and Brian Robinson Jr. They're not going to hesitate if either one of them get hurt. He's going to get opportunities, just like Keaton Mitchell, in my opinion. I mean, the last 3 games he's averaged over 7 yards per carry, and if he would have been perfect, but he had a fumble in the game. So for me, I thought it was a really good game. You know, when you look back at the numbers, let me just give you some stats here for the receivers. I mean, the 39-yard touchdown from Jacoby Brissett. I mean, he technically finished with 89 yards on 3 catches. I mean, he had a pretty good game. There's a couple guys I thought were really impressive from camp. I put one of them was named Brian something. Tremaine. I don't see him making the team at all. Respectfully, I think this game definitely gave us an idea how the receiver position was going to be for this team, and the special teams side. I think that I know Ron talked about that. That's definitely going to be definitely was a factor. I mean, with McLaurin dealing with the turf toe, that's going to leave Jahan Dobson, Curtis Samuel, and then Dommy Brown, Byron Pringle, and Dax Milliner. I think I like I said, we'll get all into that. On the defensive side of the ball, wasn't much spectacular. The starters didn't play. I know Mathis is dealing with a calf injury. Chase Young's only played 4 snaps because of a stinger. He's supposed to be having an exam, make sure he's good to go for Friday. Ron didn't want to talk about it in the presser, excuse me. And we'll get into that when we do our interview preview. I mean, Casey Toonhill and Jason Smith-Williams were the really guys that were out there. And the line hit the quarterback 3 times. because Andre Jones had got out there. He's developing into a good pass rusher, and I like that for sure. I mean, for the most part, that was pretty much how it looked. Also too, I gotta give Antonio Gibson. Oh no, sorry, Jared Patterson. Other than Antonio Gibson, you can make the case that 3-4 running backs have made the team because he did outrun Cincinnati 150-89. If I remember those numbers correctly. This was a shout out to Sean Spencer. This was a guy that that we were hoping would take that step because Jared Patterson is not afraid of contact. He definitely is explosive. He does have elusiveness. He has those things in this game. Because if you remember in that third quarter, he had a 19-yard gain, and it was on their side of the field. I think it was like at the 46, 45, 44-yard line. And then they ran it straight 4 times to win the game. So the running backs were very productive in that one. The linebackers, I know we talked about that as well. They played really. I give them about a B minus in this game. Keekly Hudson, he had 2 tackles. David Mayo, he'll back-to-back tackles, particularly on the 2nd and 5, if I remember that play correctly. So the key is being productive. Hey, and shout out to Sean Spencer, Will Kramer. They got on him, particularly after the Baltimore game. Quan Martin. He looked a lot better. We all know from, he's a rookie, coming into camp, he's kind of been, there's some work that needs to be done, but there's room for improvement. And Saturday, he took a step forward, in my personal opinion. He had 5 stops, if I remember correctly. He's got good closing speed. And, the one play, I forgot who it was. I believe it was by the receiver of Stanley Morgan. He would have had more, but the hustle on Quan Martin. Just in that final drive in the first half, I believe Quan had 3 stops. So, and on top of that too, I don't think he's been learning different positions. So I have to give him the benefit of the doubt because players when they got to soak in all that information. So the game and the coaches have to help him too, help slow the game down for him. And you're going to see plays like that come to perspective for Washington. So I give the defense, I give them a B plus. They did all the right things. They made the crucial stops. They got to the quarterback. And again, like I said, it really wasn't a lot going on from Cincinnati's side. Joseph Osai, he had a right ankle injury and he was out. The Bengals have kind of been plagued with some injuries. Deontay Smith, I believe, suffered a shoulder injury. And you just don't need injuries right now going into preseason. I thought from their perspective, Trevor Siemian and Jake Browning, they were pretty much very much competing for that number 2 spot. I thought Jake Browning in that game, he was 6 for 6, 42 yards and a touchdown. Trevor Siemian, he didn't play bad at all neither. Because he did throw an interception in the last winning moments of the game, and that wasn't smart. Reed Stennett also too came in the 4th quarter, but he played well, but he's not a number 2 starting quarterback. He's more of a practice squad guy, if we're being honest. I thought for me also too. Some of the guys had a rough night, and we hopefully will take that. We take this as a learning opportunity. they had a third-round rookie who struggled because he was the closest. He allowed 2 touchdowns practically, the first 2 touchdowns. And that's not good. But that's what preseason is for. You want to see these mistakes now and then not come regular season. There's going to be hiccups. Don't get me wrong about that. Their defensive line I thought did pretty good. They have a lot of talent. They have a lot of talent. And again, unfortunately, when these roster cuts happen, it's going to, there's good guys. There's going to be some good guys that are always going to unfortunately get cut, but you hope they're picked up by another team. I thought, like, for example, like a Raymond Johnson, he played really good in the finale. But again, that Cincinnati defense should not miss a beat. They just got to stay healthy. Other than that, that's pretty much from the Cincinnati side of it. I'm just a little concerned, the lack of reps that they didn't get. Only this defensive starters only got playing time. That was the tie in Atlanta. I just don't understand what that is. We've got to get some type of leverage out there. Who else I want to give some love to? Chase Brown. I thought he had a better game. Trevon Williams is out because of an ankle injury, and then Joe Mixon's not playing. He finished the game with 39 yards on 11 carries, and that was about 3.5 yards. Just between the combined games, he's played 17 carries for 30 yards. That's not great, but you see what it looks like. So, that was pretty much the game. Like I said, for some, it was the last opportunity to really show why they deserve to make the team. But I'm actually proud of the Commanders. Now, biggest thing is we just make sure that we're ready for week 1. We'll see where Chase Young's at, if he's ready to go, which I have a feeling he will be. Terry McLaurin, we're just going to continue to make sure he's ready. If not by week 1, week 2, because that's a turf toe, so I doubt he'll be playing week 1. They just need to figure out the special teams unit situation, because I thought really Casper Allen would have had a good game, and I was just very disappointed in him. So we'll see. But that was pretty much the game. Now, before we get into the final thought, let's get into the sponsor of Big Nate Sports Talk podcast, and that is Zagnif Apparel. Ladies and gentlemen, do you want to dress like you're already famous? You can, and you most certainly will, with Zagnif Apparel.
The following is a presentation of Zagnif Productions, LLC. Introducing Zagnif Apparel. Our comfortable line of leisure wear and athletic wear will have you comfortable and stylish at any occasion. Whether you're at the gym, out shopping, or just relaxing at home. Whether you're an athlete or just want to lay around the house, we've got the perfect outfit for you. Stop by our website today and pick up your favorite pieces. Zagnif Apparel. Dress like you're already famous.
And you most certainly will dress like you're already famous with a nice 15% off your final purchase using my discount code BIGNATE for 15% off. Thank you, Zagnif Apparel, for being a sponsor of Big Nate Sports Talk podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, you can and you will dress like you're already famous. Let's get into the final thought.
Thoughts are running through my mind, So I took some time to find a minute or two to organize them.
You know, I'm not going to lie. This preseason was a little different. A lot of things changed. Instead of doing a week by week cut, guys, you know, this was a little different, and when we'll get into the video with the 53-man reaction, a 53-man roster reaction. But as time progressed, I was like, man, how are we going to get it to 53 by the Tuesday deadline? And that's, I don't know how they did it, but I would have been stressed. And you know, hey, I wish those all the best. Great preseason, and now we're just getting ready for week 1. So, I mean, that's my final thought. You know, just you go out there into the whistle. When the whistle stops, you just go out there and play hard. And, you know, the guys that, you know, showed an impression and worked their asses off, you know, the work didn't go unnoticed. And you just take moments like this and you just learn to be better. So, with that being said, that's going to conclude this episode of Big Nate Sports Talk Podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in. Be tuned in for future episodes. The next episode you'll see is me recapping, to the Baltimore Ravens. But with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, please like, comment, and subscribe. I will catch you guys on the flip side. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Peace. Stay up.
I'm elevated, oh yeah. We was waiting, oh yeah. To make a statement, it's clear. The way them boys persevere. Yo, we taking the stairs. Don't let them get in our ear. They go watch, I'ma stare. Tell them pull up a chair. God gon' answer our prayers. Living now. They told me dreams come true once you live it out. I picked the pieces from my childhood in a broken house and heal my soul from the trauma we've been giving out. I hear the whispers in the wind under smoky clouds and tell myself once again, I'ma work it out. So much shit can happen, yo, it got me tripping now. Yeah, it's feeling different now.
I wonder if it's worth living now. They told me working 9 to 5 just to make it out. And now the dark nights got me needing mouth to mouth. Resuscitate my dreams, tell me what it's all about. I wonder if it's worth living now. They told me show a little skin just to make it out. They told me grind until I die, till I reach the clouds. Excuse me a little moment while I break out. Never let them take me out.
Thank you for tuning in to Big Nate Sports Talk. If you enjoyed that episode, be sure to like, subscribe, and share the next big thing, the next up-and-coming sports journalist, Big Nate Sports Talk. It's on all the time, anytime.
I want to thank you, yeah. I want to thank you. Ooh. For all the times you put up with me. Thank you. And you helped me retain my sanity. Thank you. I want to thank you. And I want to thank you. All I want to do is say thank you for everything.